Hey everybody, so I've been meaning to make this video for a long time. I just haven't had the time to sit down. I was trying to wait till I got a decent camera to record it with and just get my thoughts together on the situation. So I know you've probably heard me mention it once or twice throughout the past couple months of my vlogs. Bariatric surgery. So bariatric surgery is something that my wife and I are looking into, specifically the gastric bypass. And I just kind of want to make a couple videos on it. First one's this video here, I'm just gonna go over what bariatric surgery is and why I'm taking that option and what specific one I'm going and what it'll do. And then the next one, will be where I'm at so far in the process and things like that. So I'm gonna check my notes because I made sure I wrote some stuff down so I stayed with the topic and didn't ramble, because I tend to ramble. So first question, bariatric surgery, what is it? If you don't know what bariatric surgery is, there are three types. They call it the sleeve, the band, and then the bypass. Basically what they do is, the object of the surgery is to shrink your stomach. The sleeve version is basically they take your stomach, they slide a sleeve over top of it, and it squeezes your stomach and shrinks it. The other one is a band. It just basically goes around the center of your stomach. They run a little tube to the outside of your skin. They can fill it and deflate it with saline, and that basically squeezes your stomach and shrinks it. The last one, and the one that I have opted for, is called gastric bypass. Basically what they'll do is they'll go in, they'll cut my stomach and reduce it to the size of about an egg, and then they'll bypass part of the intestines so that my body doesn't absorb a lot of what I eat. Now, that sounds pretty horrific, and in a sense it is. It's not, the particular method that I'm going with is not one that you take lightly, and the reason being is that if you don't follow the specific strict diet for the rest of your life, it can kill you. And that sounds dark and gloomy, but the benefits of the surgery far outweigh the possibility of the negatives. If I don't get it done, I risk dying early anyways because I'm so heavy. Now, a lot of people are like, well, you're taking the easy way out. Why are you doing bariatric surgery? Why don't you just lose it naturally? And to be honest, I've tried for years to lose it, and I just seem to gain weight. So I want to do the bariatric surgery because not everybody's genetic makeup is the same. Some people's genetic makeup, they have faster immune systems, they have faster metabolic rates, whereas other people, their body stores a lot of what they take in, and I can starve myself and I'm not going to lose weight. I've done all the different diets, the low carb, the no carb, so far the biggest one I've found that helps is the high protein, low calorie, which is what I'm doing right now. But even then, it's never a significant change. I always gain a lot of the weight back just because my body holds on to it. And with the gastric bypass, it won't have that option because I'll eat something and maybe only pull half of the nutrients out of it, plus the amounts I'll be able to eat will be a lot more reduced. That is why I've chosen it, and it's definitely not the easy way out. You go through a long process. We've been working on this process for about a year now, and it's definitely not an easy process. They make sure that you're ready for this type of surgery. You have to see a therapist. You have to go to nutrition counseling. You have EKGs and lab works and all that other fun stuff. And so they want to make sure you're serious about the commitment that you have to make for the surgery, and I am. I'm ready to do the surgery and to lose the weight, just because I've tried for so long by myself that it's discouraging now. It's like I almost mentally I can't. Like I've tried everything, and I've tried it for so long. I'm just to the point now where I'm like, I don't have any other options. So that's why we've chosen bariatric surgery. Not only, I am a diabetic, so there's a chance that by having the surgery and losing all the weight that, it'll completely clear me of the diabetes. My wife does have some health issues, and they told her that weight loss is the way to go, but she's in the same boat as me. She's tried them all, and nothing seems to work or hold. So we decided to do this together. That way we can be there for each other through the process. So at this point, I know my wife's a little nervous about it. You know, she's got some questions, concerns, and most people, it would be crazy not to. For me, though, however, I'm not scared of the surgery. I'm not scared of what I have to do afterwards. I'm excited and I'm ready and I want to see it work. You know, I've already started the diet that I'll be on afterwards. Now I'm down to only eating once a day, and every other meal, snack or anything, it's a protein shake or a protein bar or something like that. And because the 2 weeks prior to the surgery, we do have to do an all liquid diet, so I'm like prepping myself for that. You know, 2 weeks after the surgery, you can go back onto solid foods slowly, but it'll be much different as far as like what we can and can't eat, because some things will literally make us sick if we eat them. So that's like another drive, another nail in the fence post to make sure this works. Why am I making these videos? I have a buddy who is a really, really good friend of mine, probably my best friend, and when he found out we were having the surgery, he did a lot of research online and couldn't find any videos on this, and he asked me to make videos, and so these videos are for him. I apologize to him because I know the light's poor. Our AC's out, so we're staying with family, and I want to get these recorded, and I keep putting it off, and I have the free time to do it now, so that's why I'm doing it. So I know I'm working on a porch light, and you can barely see me, and my shirt's dark blue, so I'm starting to blend in with the background. I'm trying to get through it, and I want to make these videos as good quality as possible, so my next video will be in like a bright light, and be back in front of my desk at home and things like that. But because I had the time to do this one, I wanted to go ahead and get it done. And it's the intro video to it. So that's my goal with this, is when people go looking for information on bariatric surgery, they'll get it here. You know, another reason is my wife was upset because our nutritionist has never been heavy a day in his life, and so a lot of his advice, he would give her one advice and then give me completely different advice. So I figured through these videos and through my daily vlogs, people who have questions about bariatric surgery and what it takes will see what it takes on a day-to-day, because once the 2-week liquid diet starts, I'll start filming a lot more and putting more videos out, hopefully, if I have the time, where you see what I'm going through, you see the emotional turmoil and what, you know, being on an only liquid diet's like. I actually know a few people who've already had this surgery and they've lost a lot of weight, and one of the ladies just had it this past week, and she's already told me that she would let me interview her in an interview style to get her feedback on the surgery, so there's more than just one point of view. Plus, I'm going to try and get my wife in some of the videos to explain from her point of view as well. You know, a guy's point of view is one thing, but I'd like to get a female's point of view. So that's why I'm making these videos, is to, if I can help educate or help one person understand the surgery before they do it, I've made what these videos have made it worth it. So hopefully, if you have any questions about it, bariatric surgery or anything like that, feel free to ask me in the comments, and I'll answer as quickly as I can with as much information as I can on what I've gone through. Everybody's situation will be different, but I'm hoping that by sharing my experience, you know, I'll help somebody else with it. So that's why I'm doing these videos, and there'll be a couple more, because I want to go over, you know, like I said, we go through therapy and things like that, and all the blood work. I want to go over that in one video specifically, like what we've gone through to get here. So, and then like where I'm at, and then of course the 2-week liquid diet and things like that, the after surgery while I'm in the hospital. So that's my goals with those. And like I said, that's basically what bariatric surgery is. You know, it's reducing the stomach. There's 2 other kinds. My doctor doesn't do those kinds because he doesn't feel like they're permanent enough, and people slip a lot more easily on them. I do know a lady with the sleeve, and she's doing very well right now. So it's been an interesting process so far, and it'll continue to be an interesting process. So if you have any other questions, like I said, I'm going to try and maybe in 2 days get the next video out. The next video out is, I already wrote down what I want it to be on. The where I am so far video, basically explaining to you where I'm at in the process, what's next in the process. Hopefully by the time I do that video, I'll have some excellent news. That's where I'm at in the process. So again, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it helps somebody. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'll try and put all the bariatric specific videos into a playlist so that you can just watch them all together as they come up. So hope you enjoy it. Hope it was helpful. I hope it was interesting seeing my viewpoint and why I've chosen. Like I said, it's hard. Dieting is hard. It's very hard. And if you can do it the normal way, that's amazing, and I applaud you for it. Some people can't. Some people, even the doctors have told me, you know, some people's their genetic makeup it's different than other people's, and it's not as easy for them to lose weight no matter what they do. You know, no matter what diet they follow, their body holds on to everything it gets. So it's to the point that I almost have to starve myself on top of all the exercise just to lose the weight, you know, and taking bare minimum in, you know, just enough to keep me physically going. So, and even then, barely keeping me going. So that's why I've chosen it. You know, there's a lot of things that have happened in my life that have put me to this place. I'm not going to say my weight's anybody else's fault. It's something I should have gotten a handle on when I was a lot younger, and hopefully wouldn't be in this situation. But who knows? You know, it may be something that I was never able to control, and sometimes it feels like that. So I'm a stress eater, and that's something I've had to learn over the last few months, how to break away from that. And that's kind of what these videos and my vlogs are. Is they're my, instead of eating, let's go film something. You know. It gives me something to do with my time when I stress out and to vent a little bit, and it doesn't seem like I'm stressing the videos, and that's because they help me, they calm me down, and you know, when things go crazy, I turn to the camera. So that's something this channel's been a big help with. So that's another thing, if you're a stress eater like I am, or you're an emotional eater, an outlet, find something else to do, you know, writing, drawing, kickboxing, mud sculpting, you know, something else, because that's your first step is being able to break away from that habit of when you stress or when you're emotional, you eat. You know, food's comfortable, food tastes good, you know, it fires off all these synapses in our brain from our taste buds, and food triggers fond memories for a lot of people, and for me, cooking for other people makes me happy and I enjoy it. And I like sitting down with a large group of friends to a big meal, and you know, stuff that I've cooked and labored over. So I understand that food is it's a tough thing to kick. You know, it's just, but you don't have to kick it. It's just a matter of kicking the right things or swapping out the right things. A couple of bariatric videos I'll talk about alternatives to, say, ice cream. You know, if you need something sweet and cold, or alternatives to potatoes and things like that. So again, my main goal with this is to share my experience with you guys, share my experience with somebody who needs a little bit more understanding of why I chose bariatric surgery, or why I think it's right for me and the process I went through, and maybe help them make the decision they need to make. Again, I'm not endorsing the surgery whatsoever. If you can do it the all-natural way, awesome, that's amazing, and I applaud you for that. And I know there's plenty of people that have done it. So I've tried my hardest, and it's not something that doesn't stick. So again, I hope you enjoyed it. Hopefully this helps somebody. Hopefully my next set of videos help somebody. But that's it for now. Till tomorrow.